All right, welcome to your yoga class. It's the 15th of December, and this is a pre-recorded class for code students. So welcome if it's your first time. If it's not, then just make yourself comfortable on the mat. And then we'll get started with the class tonight. You don't particularly need anything like a bolster or anything, but if you've got a block or a book that you might want to sit on or a blanket, that can be really beneficial. So for me, I use a blanket and I roll it up, and then it just provides me with a comfortable seat, especially if you find it uncomfortable to sit on the floor. Some of us, we come to sit and our knees can be a little bit high. We put a lot of strain in our hips and our lower back. So find a comfortable seat. As I said, a blanket works well, a cushion, a pillow. Maybe you are using like a book to sit on, or you've got a block, something like these blocks just here, different types. Nice. And just find a comfortable seat. I'll just tell you a little bit about what we're going to do today. We'll move quite energetically at the start of the class. So we'll do some breath rhythm. We'll do something called breath of fire, which most of you will have done before, but I'll talk you through it. And then we'll do quite a few exercises raising the energy up through the spine. So we'll work into the spine, we'll work into the hips, we'll do some arm movements. So we kind of like reach out into kind of the field around the body. And then we'll do a little bit more flow, some sun salutations, work a little bit more into the shoulders and do some longer holds. And then hopefully by the end of the class, we'll have some time just to do some work into the hips. Okay, so I might have said this 3 or 4 times before. Make sure you're nice and comfortable and just come sitting up nice and tall on your mat. Find somewhere to place the hands. And the hands might be on the knees, palms face up, palms face down. You might rest them in your lap. But that idea of bringing length into the spine, so you're not kind of spine, the chest is open, shoulders are broad, but they're relaxed down the back. Try and avoid this where the shoulders are around the ears. Back of the neck is long. So again, you're not bringing the head down, you're not bringing the head up. Once you've found that comfortable seat, then just begin to connect into the breath. You might close the eyes. You might keep the gaze soft. And just check in with the quality of the breath. Just notice how the breath feels. Does it feel long and smooth? Does it feel short and choppy? Try not to judge it and try not to change anything. Just notice how everything's feeling. And then tuning in with the physical body. Notice where you hold areas of tension. Maybe you don't, but maybe there's areas of tension in the lower back, maybe some pre-existing injuries. Maybe you feel tension around the shoulders, around the neck. A lot of us spend a lot more time, especially this shift, maybe seated. So just notice any areas where you're holding tension, or maybe it's that long standing injury. And then finally, just notice the quality of the mind. Notice what you brought onto the mat today or this evening. And just let it drop away. Anything you're holding on to, just let it go. And if that resonates for you, then maybe just take a nice deep inhale through the nose and then exhale through the mouth. Just sighing it out, just letting everything dissolve, inhaling through the nose and sigh it out through the mouth. One more time like that. Nice deep inhale through the nose. And then exhale, sigh it out through the mouth. Any tension you're holding on to, let it go. Beautiful. And then if your eyes are closed, just gently open the eyes. Keep the gaze soft. Let's begin to move a little bit here. Take an inhale, just sweep the arms up. Find length through the arms, press the sit bones down into the floor, and then maybe just have a little intuitive move. A little bit sunny here today. As I move over to the right, whoa, check out that sun. Over to the left, that's better. A little bit of movement. You can clasp the hands together and do this. You might round into the spine a little bit. You might move one shoulder back, the other shoulder back. So these are just intuitive movements. To carry on like that, I'm just going to move backwards just to get out of the sun a little bit. Yeah, that's better. Nice. So carrying on with those intuitive movements. Work out what the body needs. You know, a lot of the time these are just suggestions. Where's the tension? Where do you need to move? Don't think about it too much. And then from here, just take another inhale, push the palms up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, bring the left hand onto the right knee, and then just sweep the right hand behind. Press into the right fingertips, find that length in the spine. Take an inhale here, and then exhale, just twisting over to the right. And you're breathing here all the time. As you inhale, you come out the twist and the spine lengthens. As you exhale, you just find you come back into the twist. No need to move the head too much. So I like to keep it in line with my sternum, especially at the start here. A couple more breaths on this side. Inhaling and exhaling, eyes can be closed, gaze can be soft. And then inhale the arms back to center. Find that length. And then exhale to the left-hand side. Right hand on the left knee. Press the left fingers into the floor. Inhale, find length in the spine. Exhale, twist. Same thing again. As you inhale, you just come out the twist one tiny bit, and then exhale back into that twist. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Beautiful. And then inhale back to center. Nice and slowly. And then exhale, just bring the hands down. Try not to come down too much. And then we just come into a little forward tilt. We're not going to move a huge amount here. So think about leading with the heart and the navel center. So instead of just collapsing everything down, you might just come down a little bit. Try and keep length in the spine. And if that means you stay up quite high like this, then stay up quite high. And feel this sensation in the lower back. You might feel this sensation in the front of the hips, side of the hips. Take some long, deep breaths. You might experiment. You might walk the hands forward a little bit. So this is your practice, whatever feels good for you. At this point, if you did want to round into the spine, then you can just let the head come down. Breathe deeply. Maybe bring the forearms down to the floor. Just here for a couple more breaths. And then slowly, wherever you found yourself, inhale back to center. Press into the palms and then come back with that nice straight spine. And then exhale here. Beautiful. From here, just separate the feet, just so they're about hip width apart. Maybe flex into the toes, round through the ankles. Yeah, really nice. Beautiful. And then from here, we can do just a little bit of windscreen wiper in the legs from side to side. And lean back onto the hands, fingers are facing forward, and then just drop the knees to one side and then drop the knees to the other. Try and keep the feet about hip width apart. We've been sat there for, a good 10 minutes at the start of the class. This is just a little bit of movement, working out any tight spots, working through any residual kind of tension in the body. We want to be comfortable in our yoga practice, especially when we're sat in a seated posture. Beautiful, really nice. Bring the legs back to about hip distance apart. Press the sit bones into the floor. And then from here, you might just grab around the back of the thighs, and then you can just lift the legs up. So work a little bit into the core. We're not going to be crazy here. Nice. Find length in the spine. Try not to sit back too much. That idea of bringing the knees towards the chest towards the knees. And then if you wanted to, you can always bring the hands out. You just come into half boat. You don't have to lift the feet very high. Bring the knees together maybe. Arms come out. And then you might just hug the knees back into the chest nice and slowly. Keep that balance. and then you might come back into it, half boat. Keep a nice bend in the knees. Nice engagement here, right into the core. Might look to one side, might look to the other. Beautiful. And then hug the knees back in, and then recross the legs. And try and bring another shin, or the other shin in front, not another shin. How many shins have you got? Try and bring the other shin in front. If we kind of like always swap the shins around, then we find we get more balance in the hips. If we always go with dominant leg in the front, we'll get an imbalance in the hips eventually. And you might have that imbalance anyway, but just finding that balance could be really useful. Press the fingers into the floor, find length into the spine, and just move a little bit through the neck here. So you might just drop the chin down, and then you might just rock the head from side to side. If you wanted to do like neck circles, then that idea of just drawing circles with the nose. You might start really small. You might close the eyes. You might move a few times one way, and then you might come back the other. Be really gentle here in the neck though. Just notice where you hold tension. If it feels good, you can inhale left, and then exhale right. Inhaling left, and exhaling right. We always move carefully through the cervical spine. No rush here. And if you do find areas of tension, then just maybe pause. Sometimes you feel it right behind the ears, just going down the side of the neck. Couple more breaths here. Wherever you found yourself, maybe you're still safe from the neck out, maybe you're working into some more specific tight spots. And then slowly bring the head back to center. And then exhale. And if the eyes are closed, just slowly open the eyes. Yeah, really nice. It's a great start. We're going to start nice and slowly, as I say. Okay, and from here, we're going to use breath of fire rhythm, and we're going to do 2 different mudras. And a mudra is just a hand position. You know, this can be a mudra when we bring the hands to heart center. So we're going to use 2 different mudras. And breath of fire is that forceful exhale through the nose, and then you inhale through the nose. So you only really have to worry about the exhale. So it looks something like this. The inhale, it just kind of comes in naturally. You don't really have to draw that inhale in. The force is on exhale. Sometimes I like to describe it as, imagine you were doing it through your mouth and you've like a dog panting. So you bring your hand up to your mouth. Forceful exhale. But instead of through the mouth, we're going to do it through the nose. And you'll find it can be helpful just to place the hand on the belly at the start here. You feel the belly snapping in and out, in and out, in and out. So we're going to get into this rhythm. We won't do it for too long. We'll have a break in between the 2 mudras, or the 2 hand positions we're going to use. The thing about this breath is it's very, very energizing. So it brings a lot of energy. It clears out the mucous membranes of the lungs, and it helps us to breathe deeper into the lungs as well. So for overall respiratory health, it's a fantastic breath posture, but it has that added advantage of giving us this boost of energy. So if you ever feel low of energy in the day, come to breath of fire. You just do it for like 2 minutes and you will really change the way that you feel. It's an excellent breath. So this first mudra we're going to use, bring the hands together, clasp the hands, and then just bring the thumbs out. So we're here, and then we're going to place the hands at heart center, at navel center, and then the thumbs are just going to press just above the navel. And this is where we'll do breath of fire. I close my eyes and I focus right in between the eyebrows. So you can do what you need to do and whatever feels good. And let's just have this experience together. So take a nice deep inhale, and then start your breath of fire. Forceful exhale through the nose. And just keep that going. Keep that breath rhythm going. Forceful exhale, inhale comes in quite naturally, pumping at the transverse abdominal wall, so right down low into the belly. Take a nice deep inhale here. And then just hold the breath at the top. Pull the belly up and in. So imagine rising or bringing the energy right from the pelvic floor up through the body. Energy rises, sometimes described as pulling root lock. So the energy is kind of right here, right at the navel center. And then exhale fully. Beautiful. And then bring the hands onto the knees, thumb and forefinger together, and just check in with your experience. You can have the eyes open here, or the eyes can be closed, or the gaze can be soft, your choice. Find stillness and just check in. See if you feel anything, maybe energy in the body, maybe a feeling of aliveness, maybe a feeling of kind of like power in the body, whatever it is. You're just shifting your consciousness, shifting your energy. And thinking about your yoga practices, bringing you into alignment. Beautiful. If the eyes are closed, gently open the eyes. And then we'll do one more breath of fire. We're going to use a different hand position. So again, clasp the hands together, push the palms out, bring the arms up. So we've been here right at the start of the class. Find some length in the spine. Maybe close the eyes, focus in between the eyebrows, and then start your breath of fire. Deep inhale. Hold the breath. Squeeze root lock. Pull the energy up from the pelvic floor. Relax through the face. Press the palms up towards the ceiling. Notice what you're noticing here. Maybe you're tingling in the arms, through the fingers. And then exhale, slowly, 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 really slowly. Just arc the arms down. Rain it all down. And then bring the hands onto the knees, thumb and forefinger together. Just check in with your experience. Notice what you're noticing here. Maybe, again, that feeling of aliveness or a hum of energy, a buzz of energy, maybe tingling in the arms. You've used a lot of oxygen there. So if you feel a little bit lightheaded, just come back to a steady breath rhythm. Don't be scared of it. I'm working powerfully in the lungs here. So good for you, so good for respiratory health. Really nice, beautiful. If the eyes are closed, then just open the eyes. Great stuff. And then again, same thing, split the feet, and then just windscreen wiper the legs from side to side. Nice. We're going to be here for a few more postures, so just bringing that movement. Everything's been down on the ground so far. And then come back to Sukhasana or easy pose. Beautiful. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to work into the shoulders. We're going to work at the heart center. We're going to work at the navel center. And so it's a really simple posture. It can be quite tiring in the shoulders. So feel free to take breaks if that's what you need to do. We're going to inhale the arms up, and then we're going to exhale, make fists, and we're going to strike the ribs. So it looks like this. Okay, we're going to do 2 rounds of it. The first round, we'll just use a breath rhythm. The second round, you're welcome to carry on with the breath rhythm, or you can use a mantra, and I'll explain what that will be in a second. As I say, if you need to take breaks, feel free to do it. If there's no pain and it's just tiredness in the shoulders, then maybe that's just the mind kind of resisting and going, I just feel tired, I want to stop. If that's what it is, then maybe just kind of ignore what the mind's telling you, break through that resistance and just carry on with the shoulder movement. This idea is to reach right out into the body, or what we call the auric field around the body. We won't do it for long, and we'll have a break in between. So you're going to inhale up, spread through the fingers, and then exhale down. Give it your all. Make fists. Carry on like this. Beautiful work. Give it your all, really commit. You might close the eyes. Again, you might focus in between the eyebrows. Really commit to this posture. It's called auric expander or aura expander. Inhale up, hold the breath, stretch through the spine, pull the belly up and in. Beautiful work. Exhale, same thing, bring the arms down, thumb and forefinger together, Gyan Mudra. Find stillness, check in with your experience. Notice the shifts of energy. This idea of enlivening the body, working skillfully here with these dynamic movements. And try not to judge them too much. Break through that resistance in the mind and just experience the practice for what it is. And a lot of this at the start is just about raising energy up through the body. Beautiful, really nice. If the eyes are closed, just gently open the eyes. Now, if you wanted to carry on, and we'll do one more round, and you just wanted to inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, feel free. If not, you can use a mantra. So a mantra is just a word which we chant. Now I'm smiling now because a lot of people go, oh, he's going to chant. I'm not doing chanting. Chanting's not for me. You know, mantra's not for me. I really don't like it. Again, it's just sometimes because we're not used to it. Believe me, 3 or 4 years ago, I would not chant anything. One of my yoga teachers said to me that mantra and chanting is most of us have got a negative mantra going on in our mind at some time in the day anyway. So what we do is we just replace a negative mantra with a positive one. So what we're going to do is we're going to chant the word har, H-A-R. It's har, but you kind of roll it, har, har, har. So it's going to look like this. Inhale up, exhale down, har, 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 har. Hug. Don't worry if you feel a bit silly. Don't worry if there's someone next door. You know, chant loud enough, you're going to scare people. They'll be like, whoa, what were you doing this morning? Or what were you doing this evening? I heard you chanting. And then tell them about the great experience you're going to have. If you really don't want to do the chanting, you're just going to inhale up and exhale down. Again, we won't do it for too long. It's H-A-R, hard, hard, hard. Okay, let's do this. And a little smile on the face can really help. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, chant. Hug. So inhale, hug, 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 hug. Hug, 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 hug. Inhale up. Hold the breath. Pull the belly up and in. And then exhale, same thing. Bring the thumb and forefinger together. Check in with your experience. Find stillness. Notice what you're noticing. If you did do the chanting H-A-R, and just notice, maybe you feel a vibration. I know for me, I can feel a kind of a little buzz and a little energy. It can be really powerful just working with sound and sound waves. But I understand that it can also feel just a little bit alien to us. When I do that one, my wife says to me, "Why were you barking?" I wasn't barking. I was saying Har, H-A-R. It means God, but it doesn't have to mean God in the kind of like religious sense. It can mean, higher power or, great creator, great spirit, whatever it is for you. Just kind of like something beyond our consciousness. It doesn't have to be religious or dogmatic or attached to any religion of any type. So don't worry about, oh my God, I've just been chanting God. It doesn't have to be, it can be whatever it is for you. Beautiful work. Okay, from here, bring the hands onto the front shin, and we're just going to do a spinal flex. So I'm just going to remove the blanket that I was sat on. Make sure you're nice and comfortable. You use the hands. You're going to inhale forward, exhale back, inhale forward, exhale back. And all you're doing is you're just rocking the pelvis backwards and forwards. So carry on like that. Inhale forward, exhale back. I'll just show you from the side. If you haven't quite got the movement, it's very simple and very subtle. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So this is a lower spinal flex, and it's so good for the lumbar spine. And especially, I said at the start of the class, we're maybe sitting a lot more than we usually are. And I know a load of people that will come up to me and go, "Oh, Dave, it's my back. My back's killing me." I'm like, "What are you doing about it?" "Oh, nothing really. Drinking beer." Maybe not drinking beer. But a lot of people say, "Oh, I've got a desk now that I can stand up at." And they can be really useful. But, you got to move the spine. And the yogis say you're only as old as your spine. So keeping the kind of flexibility and the spine moving is so important. You don't have to do a lot of work. Something like this, just a few minutes a day. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. A few more like this. Then inhale forward, hold the breath, pull the belly up and in, squeeze root lock, relax through the face, and exhale. Relax everything down. And I'm just going to sit back forwards, and then maybe bring the other shin in front. So we've got one more posture to do here before we start to move a little bit more. So this is all about raising energy. We've used breath of fire. We're moving the spine. We're using mantra and sound waves. There's a lot of stuff going on here. This is a pretty varied yoga practice. You just need to have a bit of an open mind about some of the postures and some of the kind of things we do. Okay, so the final thing. It's going to be another spinal flex, but I'll show you what we're going to do. We're going to inhale through the nose, arms come into cactus, and then we exhale through the mouth. We're bringing the elbows and the arms together, round into the spine. So it's inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth and round. You can make an angry face if you want, as you exhale. It can be angry, whatever. So you're bringing that tension together, exhaling all of that air out. So anything you've been holding on to, anything that doesn't serve you in your life, this is your time to let it go. And we'll go for a little bit of time. Again, keep an open mind, maybe smile a little bit. But as you do the angry face, be angry, be angry. Okay, let's do this. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Powerful exhale through the mouth. Deep inhale through the nose. Full exhale through the mouth. Thirty seconds. Last one. Nice. And then keep the elbows together. Breathe through the nose. Couple of breaths here. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. And then slowly, 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 just come up with a straight spine, bring the thumbs and the forefinger together, find stillness, maybe close the eyes. Check in with your experience. Notice what you're noticing. Maybe you feel a real buzz or a hum of energy. You might feel a real energy shift here. If you feel, again, a little bit tingly, a little bit lightheaded, just come back to a steady rhythm. Using a lot of oxygen there again. Maybe you're not used to working like that. Beautiful. If the eyes are closed, gently open the eyes. Really nice. So that's the first section of the class done. And a lot of that has been about opening the body up gently and then raising the energy up. So we've worked a lot into the spine. We've worked a lot with the breath. We've worked into the shoulders. We've opened the chest, and we've worked at the heart center and the navel center. So from here, all you're going to do, split the feet and then come over onto one hip and then set yourself up in tabletop position. So here you are in table. And then you can just move intuitively here. So I like to kind of stretch one leg back, might stretch the other leg back. I've been sat there for pretty much half an hour with not a huge amount of movement to just work out what the body needs. Beautiful. You might circle the hips out. You know, you might just circle the hips one way, bring a little bit of movement into the hips. You might circle the hips out the other way. A little gentle massage. You might tap out the feet. This can feel good. Might flex into the ankles and the toes. Might round through the ankles. Whatever you need to do. Swing the hips from side to side. Press into the fingers. Spread through the fingers and the hands. Beautiful. And then from here, back into tabletop. Just check the wrists are right below the shoulders and your knees are about hip width apart, stacked right below your hips. Press into the feet. Take an inhale. Drop the belly down, head and heart lift, and then exhale round into the spine. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. So cat and cow. Inhale, the belly drops. Head and the heart lifts. You here. Exhale round into the spine, just tucking the chin towards the sternum. Keep that going and just go at a rhythm that feels good for you. You might be really slow. You might be working a little bit quicker like me. Nice. Inhale back to neutral spine. And then exhale, just sigh out through the mouth. A couple more times like that. Deep inhale, right to the heart center, deepest of the day. Full exhale. Deep inhale. Maybe a little lion's breath. Exhale through the mouth. Tongue might come out. Always feels good. Let's do one more like that if you want to. Deep inhale through the nose. Full exhale, lion's breath. Tongue out. Really beautiful. From here, split the knees nice and wide, bring the big toes together, and then sit yourself back into child's pose. Walk the hands forward, find length in the spine, let the head come down to the floor. If you find the hips are lifting up a little bit, then maybe bring the hands down on head onto the hands, head onto the fists, head onto the arms, whatever works. Here you are in your child's pose. So a few things you can do here. You can find stillness if that feels good. And if you find stillness, breathe deeply here. Maybe into the lower back, maybe into the shoulder blades. Notice the quality of the breath. We've really worked hard opening up the body, waking up the body and also working into the lungs. So notice any differences in your breath rhythm. You might move a little bit here. So some people like to just rock from side to side. It's very subtle, just moving the hips. If you want to stretch down either side of the body, maybe walk the hands over to the right, take a couple of breaths, feel the stretch down the left-hand side. So working into the side body, and then come to the other side. Stretch down the right-hand side. Press the right sit bone back. So there's a tendency for this kind of sit bone to lift up. Press it back down towards the heels or onto the heels. And then inhale, come back to center. And then just press yourself back into a tabletop position. Nice. So here we are back in table. Spread through the fingers and then lift the hips and then come into your first downward facing dog. Beautiful. You might bend deeply into the knees like I do, just to elongate the back of the spine. So I'll show you. If I come up with straight legs at the start, look at my lower spine, I can find that rounding. If I bend into my knees, I can really begin to lengthen out my spine. So I'm looking for that flat spine as much as you can. As I do that, I'm really pressing into my hands. So I'm not kind of coming here, and I'm not coming with straight legs. Sometimes you see this kind of thing. Bend into your knees, flatten the spine out, let the head be heavy. Doesn't have to be perfect. Press the heels down to the floor, or they're already on the floor. And then once you've found that alignment, maybe you begin to lengthen out through the legs. For me, it's never really an option. I always keep a bend in my knees. It just feels better. And I can get into a deeper position in the pose. So try not to let your ego take over and go, oh, I've got to have straight legs. Adjust to where your body is today and just meet where your body is today. Nice. Couple more breaths. Deep inhale. Full exhale. Deep inhale. And a full exhale. And then slowly just walk the hands back towards the feet. And then just come in a standing forward fold towards the back of your mat. Not what I do with the knees again. I'm going to keep a bend in my knees. And then I'm going to bring my hands down, or I can bring them in ragdoll, grab opposite elbows, or you can find any variation between the two. I have my feet about hip width apart. It just gives me a little bit more room in the back. And then I bring my weight into my toes. And as I do that, I begin to feel this stretch right at the top of my hamstrings. You can bend one knee, you can bend the other, you can move around here, you'll find stillness, whatever feels good for you. Weight into the toes though, feel the four corners of the feet pressing into the floor. And again, the neck is nice and loose. If you find you're really kind of tight in the hamstrings, then just bend a little bit deeper into the knees. And if you are tight in the hamstrings, something like this, coming into a forward fold with a little bend in the knees and then slowly lengthening the legs over time, your hamstrings will open up so quickly, like 3 months, and you'll go, incredibly from, this much length in your hamstrings. It works, believe me. And I'm never going to be super flexible guy, but my flexibility is so much better than it used to be. Couple more breaths here. Maybe thinking about bringing some length into the legs, or maybe just tilting at the tailbone just to feel more of a stretch into the hamstrings. And then bend deeper into the knees. Everybody bend here. And then with the hands just down by your side, just roll all the way up. Really slowly. Press into the floor with your feet, four corners of the feet, and then come to stand on your mat. Beautiful. We stood up 40 minutes into the class and we got to stand. Beautiful. So bring the feet about hip width apart, and then you're just going to swing the body open. So you might do that through the nose, you might do it through the mouth. So feel free to kind of lift the heel on the opposite side. If that feels good. You're just bringing a little bit of energy into the body. Don't think about it too much. You might speed it up. You can do this. Give yourself a slap. You could be more formal. You can do it at the heart center. Whatever feels good. Have a little bit of fun. We're just preparing the body here for a few sun salutations, a little bit of flow. And then slow it all down. Back to center. Nice. And then come standing at the top of your mat. So here we are in Tadasana, mountain posture. Have a look at your feet. Make sure they're parallel to the long edges of your mat. So your feet want to be in line. I like to bring mine hip width apart, just to give myself a little bit more room around this kind of whole pelvic area. And we'll do a couple of rounds of sun salutation A here. So nice and simple. We're moving, movement and breath. And try and let the breath drive the movement and not the movement drive the breath. So try and stay connected to the breath. I'll cue you at the breath, so don't worry about it, just listen to what I say. And it's really simple. I'm sure most of you people will have done sun salutations before anyway. So press the feet into the floor, take an inhale, sweep the arms up, find length, and then exhale, fold deeply. Then you're going to come down, keep bending the knees if that feels good. From here, take an inhale. You just come up to a flat back. So whatever works for you. So you're trying to flatten the spine out as much as you can. For me, if I come down here, I can't flatten it out. So I come here, it's hard. So I come right up onto my knees. That's because I'm a little bit tighter in the hamstrings. Exhale, wherever you find yourself, just fold. And then do that again. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. So we're just opening up. Inhale, flat back. Nice. Exhale, fold. This time, drop the palms down, step back into your plank. Take an inhale here and lengthen. And then exhale, lower all the way to the floor. Keep the elbows tucked by the side of the body. Take an inhale, come into your cobra. Nice. And then exhale, tuck the toes under. Lift the hips from the core, back in your downward facing dog. A couple of breaths here. Maybe keep that bend in the knees, press into the hands, triceps wrap into each other. Let the head be nice and loose. And try to elongate the spine as much as you can. Deep inhale right to the heart center. Then a full exhale. And then from here, look between the hands, bend deeper into the knees, and then just step to the top of the mat. First the right, then the left. We're going to take that inhale, come back to a flat back. Flattish. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, come all the way up to stand. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Nice. Let's do one more like that. Inhale up. Exhale, fold deeply. Inhale, come to your flat back. Nice. Exhale, drop the palms down, step back into your plank. And then you take that extra inhale here and you just lengthen. Nice. Try not let the hips sink. Try not to come too high. Press into the feet. Find that line of energy all the way up through the legs. Roll the shoulder blades back. And then exhale all the way to the floor. Remember, you can always drop the knees down and you exhale on the knees. This is fine. Or just in one line. Take an inhale. Come up into your cobra. This is baby cobra. Elbows are just tucked by the side of the body. Exhale down. Let's do a few like that. Inhale, baby cobra. You press the feet into the floor. You take an inhale, your chest lengthens forward, and then you just bring yourself up. You don't have to come up far. Exhale down. Inhale, press the feet into the floor. Baby cobra. Exhale down. If you wanted to come up further, press the feet into the floor, take an inhale. You might come up here, but whatever works for you. Exhale, keep the elbows tucked down to the floor. And then one more inhale, press into the feet. Either keep the elbows tucked and bent or come up with straight arms. Beautiful. Exhale down. And then from here, tuck the toes under, lift the hips, and back in your down dog. So we'll do a few downward facing dogs, not a massive amount. Feel free to keep walking it out. You can bend into one knee, you can bend into the other, or you find stillness. Maybe you're bending the knees, maybe the legs are straight. Press the heels down to the floor, or they're there already. Beautiful. Deep inhale. Full exhale. Deep inhale. And a full exhale. And then when you're ready, look between the hands and just step to the top of the mat. Take an inhale, your version of a flat back. Exhale, fold. Press into the feet. Inhale, come up to stand. And then exhale, just bringing the hands to heart center. Beautiful. Couple of breaths here. Hands at heart center. Just taking a little break. Nice work. From here, take an inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold deeply. Inhale, back to a flat back. Exhale, this time, drop the palms down. Just step the right foot back. Nice. Make sure it's a nice giant step. Beautiful. Press into that back foot. So you tendency sometimes to get this when the knee starts dropping. Really engage through the whole length of the leg. And then we'll come into a little side twist. So right hand is the center of the mat. Take an inhale. As you sweep the left arm up, really press into that right leg. And up to you what you do with the gaze, maybe down at the left foot, the left. Well, it feels good. Maybe you just side wall. Feel that twist into the body, open the chest of the left-hand side. Keep activated through the right leg. One more deep inhale. And then exhale, bring the left hand down. Extra inhale here. And full exhale. And then from here, you can stay here if you want, or you can come up into a high lunge. So really press into those back toes, engage into the core. Take an inhale, and then you come into your high lunge. Palms can be together, they can be shoulder width apart. Feel this stretch down this right hip flexor. Nice. Lengthen the spine. If you feel a little bit wobbly, then just walk the feet a bit wider. Maybe bend a little bit deeper into that front leg. One more breath here. And then exhale, bring the hands down. Just windmill them down nice and slowly, no rush. Step the left foot to meet the right. Take an inhale here and lengthen. So here you're back in your plank. And then exhale all the way to the floor. You can come down to the knees. You can come down in one line. Press the feet into the floor. Inhale, come into your cobra, your version, whatever works for you. Exhale, here we go. Tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Whew. Nice. Couple of breaths here. Deep inhale. Full exhale. Deepest inhale. And your fullest exhale. Nice. Look between the hands. Step to the top of the mat. Take an inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Press into the feet. Inhale. Gather up all the energy you've created in this class today, and then exhale, hands to heart center. And then just the other side to do. Inhale. Exhale, fold deeply. Here we go. Whew. Inhale. Here's your flat back. Exhale, drop the palms down. This time, left foot, step it back. Nice giant step. Maybe look at the toes. Make sure they're in line with the ankle. Bring the left hand into the center of your mat. Make sure the right knee is stacked right below the right above the right ankle. Inhale, and here it is. Here's your side twist. And again, same thing. As you inhale this arm up, really press into the left leg. Maybe bend a little bit deeper into the front knee. Nice. Maybe look up towards that right part, or you're looking down towards the right foot. Nice work. Couple more breaths here. Deep inhale. Full exhale. One more deep inhale. And then a full exhale. Bring the hand down. Right hand meets the left. And then set yourself here. Press the feet into the floor. And then you feel this engagement into the core. And then you come up into your high lunge. Nice. Whoa. Don't look at the screen. Bring the hands together, shoulder width apart. You can always have the hands at heart center. That's nice just to encourage the length in the spine. Press into the back leg, maybe bend deeper into the front knee. Feel this stretch into the left hip flexor now. So those big muscles at the top of the thigh or the flexors. Press the feet into the floor. Maybe bend a little bit deeper into the front knee. Beautiful. One more inhale. And then exhale again, just rain it down really slowly. Step the right foot back to meet the left. Take an inhale here. This is your last plank of the class. And then exhale. You can drop the knees. You can come down all the way to the floor. Take an inhale, your version, either baby cobra here, or you can come up with straight arms. And then exhale, downward facing. Nice. Deep inhale, full exhale. And then your last one here in down dog, deep inhale. And a full exhale. Then look between the hands and then just come to the top of the mat. Nice and slowly. Inhale, here's your length into your flat back. Exhale, fold. Press into the feet for the final time. Inhale, come up to stand. And then exhale, just bring the hands to heart center. And just pause in here, hands at heart center. Check in with your experience. Beautiful, really nice. We've got one more posture to do. So if you've done quite a few of my classes before, we do something called painting the aura, where we inhale up, we exhale down. Inhale up, we exhale down. So it's very much like that, but there's a little variation in it. So think about this posture as releasing anything that you're holding on to, anything that doesn't serve you, anything you don't need, any tension, frustrations, sadness, just let it go here. This is really empowering. So instead of just inhaling up and exhaling down, I'll show you what we'll do, and I'll show you from the side. Palms are going to be up, so you inhale in 3 sniffs. So it's, did I exhale? So, and then down. So, and as you come up, inhale. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to do it from the side. It's pretty simple once you get into a rhythm. Now the exhale can be through the nose, or if you really fancy it, let it out through the mouth. Sometimes it can feel really great just letting it all out through the mouth, especially this powerful posture. So we'll start off here with the palms up, about shoulder width. Inhale, 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 exhale. Inhale. Keep it going. Inhaling in 3. Exhale 1. Three more. Inhale up. Hold the breath. And exhale, bring everything down. And then just come to sit down on your mat. Beautiful work, everyone. Really fantastic. So we're going to come into Shavasana. So come to lie down. If you want to grab something like some socks, or maybe you got a blanket, whatever you feel you need, just so you're really comfortable. I'm going to use this blanket and just luxuriate here. So just for a few minutes, Nice. Feel your body just sink down into the floor. Palms face up, feet fall open. Totally relax here. Just commit to this surrender. Make any final adjustments. So maybe you just roll one shoulder up, roll it down, a little wriggle through the hips. If you feel any tenderness in the lower back, then walk the feet wide and then just let the knees knock in. So your feet are right on the edge of the mat and then your knees are touching. So you can do this constructive rest, what you're here in Shavasana. This is your opportunity to just let all of that amazing energetic work you've done integrate into the body. And taking that energy with you for the rest of the evening or the rest of the day, rest of the week. Just feel everything melt down into the floor. Surrender here. Commit to this Shavasana. And then just really gently and slowly, just bring some intention back into the body. And that might start with just deepening the breath, drawing the breath in with a little bit more force. And then you can start with some movements. It's nice to maybe just wriggle out through the fingers and toes. You can roll out through the ankles and wrists. Maybe sweep the arms up into the air, let them fall behind the head, clasp the hands, give yourself a full body stretch, let out any aches and yawns. You might just lift one hip, lift the other. Anything you need to do. And then when you've had a really good stretch, maybe hug the knees into the chest. Oh, nice. Rock it out on the lower spine. We've done a load of good work there. And then when you're ready, just roll over to whatever side feels good, right or left. Just use the bottom hand as a pillow, just for a couple of breaths. And then slowly with the top arm, just press into that top arm and then just roll yourself back up. And then find a seated position. I'm going to come forward here. Nice. Just where we started the class. Place the palms onto the knees. Check back in with your experience. And then from here, just bring your hands to heart center. Just check in with your practice. Notice the effects of your practice today. And then just bow your head down towards your prayer. Wish yourself well. Wish everybody else well. Namaste. Thanks, everyone. Thank you for practicing today. We will be hopefully back next week. And I think next week, was it the 22nd? So there'll be one more class before Christmas. But as I say, this is a pre-recorded class, so you can do it at any time you want. It's on Facebook. Thank you so much, everyone. Take care.